we will see the second part of adolescence. In systemic development, we will see body proportion first. The rate of growth varies according to the system. The skeletal system grows faster than other system, and even it is much faster than its supporting muscles. So what happened? The extremities grow out of proportion to the rest of the body. Hands and the legs will be growing. So the baby's concept regarding the length of the hands may be different from the actual one. And so because of that, there can be coordination problem. So adolescent, the rate of growth varies from system, okay, according to the system. Skeletal system grows rapidly than the supporting muscles. So the extremities grow out of proportion to the rest of the body, and that can cause various coordination problem. So body proportion, there is a rapid skeletal development. So there is sudden increase in the growth spurt in height especially. Next is the integumentary system. In integumentary system, the sebaceous glands of face, back, chest become active. Okay, this is the period where you will start pimples. Why pimples occurs? Sebaceous glands become active. So when it is become more and more active, more sebum production occurs. But what happened? The pores is small. Okay, so what happened? The pore through which the sebum must come out is still small. So what happened? There is high chance of collecting it beneath the skin. It will become as a pimple. So sebaceous gland increases its secretion, but the pores are small to bring it out. So it can cause problem, and perspiration increases. So usually adolescents have more and more perspiration. It is natural. So the sebaceous glands become more active and the pores is small. So there is high chance of increased chance of pimples and acne. So do not break it, let it break down and throw it off. Okay. So it may reduce your okay, the color may vary because of the mark of pimples, and the perspiration increases. In cardiovascular system, the growth of the heart and lungs slow comparing to remaining body. Clear? The remaining body is growing fast and the heart and the lungs are growing slowly. So what happened? It may leads to reduced oxygen. Okay, it is a part occurs during the specifically for a period. So because of that, there is a chance of adolescent feels constantly tired. So in the cardiovascular system and respiratory system, the growth of the heart and the lungs are less comparing to the remaining skeletal system and even other part of the body. So what happened? There is a decreased oxygen and the blood supply to these cells. So the adolescent feel more tired. So that is why they would like to remain as calm and they would like to sleep. Okay, till school age they are actually very vibrant, they are very vigorous, and such a person in adolescence they will become very calm and they would like to sleep and they will find to be more and more sleepy during this particular period. Okay, the one reason is it. Okay, so reduced cardiovascular and respiratory function comparing to the other part of the body. Number of the permanent teeth increases. Usually the second molars erupt between 12 to 13 years and the third molars also will come by 21 years, but it will change, okay, which we will call it as wisdom change, the last one, wisdom tooth. Okay, according to when you are going to get wisdom, it may change, okay, the age may vary. So roughly we can say that the eruption of second molars occurs at 12 to 13 years and the eruption of third molars occurs by 17 to 21 years. So now we will move on to the development of secondary sexual characters. When we look into the adolescent periods begins at puberty. But exactly when puberty begins, and what is the reason behind it. Okay, that is not known because it is known only to the creator. The specific physiologic explanation of the onset of puberty is still unknown. But there are certain changes happening during this beginning of adolescence. All that changes, what is happening, we collectively call as puberty changes. So, puberty begins with events, okay, for mainly that triggers the production of gonadotropin releasing hormone by hypothalamus. So, what happened? The hypothalamus is getting stimulated, and hypothalamus is producing gonadotropin releasing hormone. This will act on the anterior pituitary gland. So, anterior pituitary gland follicular stimulating hormone will be producing, and in the gonads estrogen and the testosterone will be producing. In female, estrogen and progesterone will be prepared, and in the male, testosterone is formed. In female, estrogen. So what happened? The maturation and the release of the ovum happens. So the baby attains menarche. Along with that, primary and secondary sexual characters also will be developing. Okay, the increase in the height, change in the voice, and development of breast, the hair in the pubic area and axillary area. All these happens along with the changes that is happening internally. So that is for the female. Estrogen will be helping for the maturation and the release of the ovum. Okay, in the beginning, the beginning first few menstruation may be ovum free. You might have learned all these things in the physiology class, and afterwards it become more regular. Okay, and baby is capable of becoming reproductive. And in the male, testosterone is produced. Okay, follicular stimulating hormone, okay, that introduce or induce the production of testosterone. So male, in the male, spermatogenesis, okay, the formation of the sperm is happening, and along with that the primary and the secondary sexual characters also developing. Okay, and even the sexual organs are getting increased, size is increasing, and the voice is getting deepened, and even the hairs are all over the body, especially to the pubic area and the axillary area. And these amount in the estrogen, progesterone and the testosterone, these will control even when the amount of estrogen, progesterone, testosterone is getting reduced. Hypothalamus is stimulated again to produce gonadotropin releasing hormone, and this cycle continues, okay, after the baby is growing up. So this is what is the basic hormonal changes and the reproductive change that is happening in the baby. Now we will see that in the next slide what is happening in the all the secondary sexual characters according to the age. We will see the Tanner stage in the development of genital and secondary sexual characters. So according to the Tanner, okay, he has divided, okay, he identified there are 5 stages of development of puberty. Okay, the first stage is actually pre-pubertal, there is no change, and the fifth stage is just like an adult. So in that first and fifth stage is just first stage is the just like a child pre-pubertal stage, and the fifth one is adult characters are developed. Now mainly change occurs in between 2 to 4, 2, 3 and 4th stage. We will see what is happening. In the second stage, okay, the specific age is not mentioned because the stage is given, because according to the heredity, according to the baby's activity, according to the nature, the age may change from baby to the other baby. So now what happened? In the second stage, There is long, fine, straight hair at the base of penis in case of male, and so that the straight long hair and the penis testis is becoming more and larger, and the penis become more thicker, and the scrotal skin is thinning. That means the baby started to have the secondary sexual characters. And along with that, extragenitally, axillary and the facial hair is absent, and here also the puberty changes are happening in the sexual area, genital area, but in the extragenital area there is no change, no axillary and the facial hair changes, and the voice is like a adult. In the third one, the okay, during this particular period, okay, after the third stage of a baby, male baby, okay, he goes, the hair become, okay, the hair in the genital area become more large, okay, it increase in size, it become more thick and coarser in nature, and it spreads laterally even to the thigh. Testis become still more larger, penis is growing larger, and the scrotal skin is becoming more and more thin. Here, okay, extrapubital, extragenital, we can see that the facial hair appears over the upper lip. Okay, so only over the upper lip, okay, not on the cheek. Now, axillary hair also may be coming, and the third stage onwards, voice is like crackling. Okay, the voice changes are coming. In the fourth stage, the hair will become more coarse at all. C-O-A it is, not U. C-O-A, coarse in nature, and curly hair it become at the base of the penis, and the testis is nearly adult size, and the varicocele may be present during this particular period. Okay, if it causes any symptom, that has to be taken care. Then upper lip hair coarse. Okay, so it become more thick, upper lip. Okay, Misha. Then the chin hair is present, and the perianal hair is also present. That means around the anus, hair will be starting to come, and axillary hair is coming, and the voice is actually crackling will be changing and become like a more deepened in nature. Adolescent, at the beginning, the voice actually it is the voice is not so soothing, but in adult it will be slowly turning, and adult voice is actually very deep and good voice. Okay, so the fourth stage itself it will become more and deep in nature. So, and in the fifth stage, the baby's feature is just like an adult. Next is the female. In the female, we can see that the prepubertal, okay, first stage is prepubertal, there is no change. In the second stage, there is a just like a boys, okay, long, sparse, okay, in between, long, fine, straight hair is present on the labia, and the labia majora become more thickened, and the vaginal epithelium is more thickening, and the pH is getting reduced, and the breast and the papilla is slightly elevated, and the areola is enlarged, but axillary hair is absent during the second stage. Okay, so breast is started to elevate, but it is not fully developed. The third stage in female, okay, the genital, okay, the pubic hair become more coarse in nature and curly, and the uterus of the baby is enlarging, and the vaginal pH is getting reduced, labia is enlarged, and the menstruation begins. And along with that same period, breast is getting enlarged, okay, without the separation of the counter, and the axillary hair may be absent. In the fourth stage, okay, so the hair become, okay, adult hair over the smallest area, and the vaginal, okay, that means the coarse and curly hair over the genital area, vaginal rugae increases, uterus is enlarging, and the ovulation begins. Okay, menstruation is with the ovulation, and the papilla and the areola projects, and the separation of the breast counter, that means the breast muscle development is almost completed, axillary hair begins, and the fifth stage both male and female become like an adult. Okay, so these are the changes that we can see in the according to the Tanner. So the Tanner has divided it as 5 stages. First stage is pre-puberty change itself, and the last stage is adult, and the changes is happening in the second, third, and fourth. Okay, it is a nutshell. Okay, I have given it as nutshell of all the changes happening at the secondary sexual characters, development of the secondary sexual characters in the child.